Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Escapades channel in Malaysia. With the release of the new Moto Origins Wave 13 Slamurai figure, there seems to be some buzz out there on classic-styled ninja action figures once again, especially since the white and black color combinations of Slamurai and his nemesis Ninja have been emulated elsewhere with other ninja figures from the 80s, such as G.I. Joe's Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, as well as the white and black dragon ninja figures from Rambo. But there's another pop culture ninja action figure of a similar theme from the 80s that seldom gets talked about. From Kenner's Chuck Norris and the Karate Kommandos from 1986, it's the Ninja Warrior. The series came and went about as fast as a spinning karate kick, but it did have some very well-produced action figures. Now, maybe the Ninja Warrior doesn't get enough recognition because he's got such a generic-sounding name. It's like the Cairo Swordsman figure from Kenner's original Raiders of the Lost Ark line. He fights with a sword, he's in Cairo, let's just call him the Cairo Swordsman. Now, like I said, the sculpting on the figure is really good. I can't remember though if he's supposed to be a hero or villain, as the packaging doesn't say anything. But that red circular logo on his outfit is supposed to be that of Vulture, the criminal organization that battles Chuck Norris in the series. So in that case, he's definitely evil. In many ways, this was your basic stereotypical look of a ninja as seen in 80s movies, like the kind that Michael Dudikoff used to battle in American Ninja. Now, he's got articulation at the neck, just a clean side-to-side rotation so there's no ball joint. His left arm is tied to a spinning action feature that we'll check out later, but you can still pose it around, although you will hear this clicking sound when you move it. The right arm actually sets off the action feature, but you can also move it independently. And what really impressed me was the articulation that's present at the elbow, right? Which allows for even more action poses to be executed. Now, there's no articulation at the waist, something that I noticed with a lot of 80s action figures. Apparently, having the figures turned to their sides was just not a critical feature. He's got leg articulation and also bends at the knees, making this close to fully posable for 80s toy standards. Now, having a knee bend also allows for more realistic kicking poses, and he's a ninja, so you need him to be able to kick ass in all kinds of different ways. On the back of the figure, you see an even bigger rendition of the red logo, and this looks amazing. Alright, I'm glad they didn't leave this section empty, and the paint applications here have a glossy finish to them and just look fantastic. Full disclosure, I don't have one of the weapon accessories that he's supposed to come with, which is described on the package as a butterfly blade. But I do have his other item here known as the Whirlwind Star of Terror. It's got a blade on one end, and on the other end is a circular disc that looks like the bad guy's team logo, but with blades for edges. I do have an issue with the figure's pre-post action stance, which means that even with all that leg articulation, getting him to stand up straight is a challenge because he's somewhat permanently hunched over. But this is pretty normal, I think, for Kenner figures, and will get progressively worse as they got into the 90s. But with some creativity, you can probably still have him positioned in certain action poses. Let's see. Yeah, maybe not. Okay. Now, here he is next to the Moto Origins Ninja figure from 2021's Wave 4. I don't have the original 80s Ninja figure. That one's like freaking rare, okay? But the new one is close enough and is a good representation. You can see both of these figures are pretty much of the same size class and measure up really well next to each other. Okay, guys, it's time to check out the action feature, which is also known as the Typhoon Smash. So what you gotta do is wind up his left arm a few times, just like that, and then press his right arm against the side of his body to send the weapons spinning around. Look at that, man. Yeah, check it out, okay? It's a pretty simplistic feature, but it's still fun and effective. And now, get the Ninja Warrior lined up against an enemy combatant and strike! See, it works. Okay, the Ninja Warrior is a pretty fun figure from the 80s that's worth checking out. And in fact, the entire line of Karate Kommandos is due for revisiting. Support the channel if you want to see more videos like this, and thank you for watching.